get some analysis of the Iran situation and the diplomatic moves. Syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer joins me now from Washington. Charles, your thoughts on the latest statements about Iran and the moving towards these new sanctions?
Well, we have to understand that ever since the Obama administration signed the nuclear agreement, it has been very reluctant to do anything about the other aggressions that Iran has been involved in, meaning non-nuclear stuff, meaning supporting terrorists and terrorism around the region, meaning supporting proxies, and of course the most important is the illegal ballistic missile launches which threaten Israel, Europe, and ultimately the United States. In a sense, the Obama administration was self-deterred. It was afraid that if it imposes sanctions or if it does anything more drastic, Iran will pull out of the nuclear agreement. It's already collected up front billions of dollars and revived its economy, and also cashed in on the dissolution of the international sanctions, which will never be reinstated. China and Russia won't go along with it. So what the Trump administration is doing is saying, those days are over. We are not afraid of you doing something to the nuclear deal. We are going to respond point by point to the violations in terms of aggression in the region, and especially the ballistic missile launches, which we object to, and we are going to punish, it appears to be, for now, with sanctions.
Yeah, and they've made clear today from the White House point of view that they were not pulling back on Russia's sanctions. I want to ask you about this call with the Australian Prime Minister and the reaction to it. This is about a refugee deal that was done with the Obama administration, roughly 1,200 refugees that Australia did not welcome into their country, kept them off Australian property, if you will, and the U.S. said they would take them in exchange for many things that Australia does with the U.S. What about this and the dust-up around it?
Well, the first thing to remember is Australia is our most stalwart ally. In the last 100 years, Australia is the only country in the world to have stood with us in every war, good and bad, winning and losing, including, for example, the Vietnam War, and now, of course, Iraq and Afghanistan. So it is a special friend of the United States. Although you must say that this is a very puzzling deal that Obama agreed to do. Why are we taking in refugees? And that's what I think was so upsetting to Trump. One possible answer is that in September of last year, the Australians agreed to take in refugees in Central America who are now in Costa Rica. No one ever linked the two. The two sides have denied it's a quid pro quo, but nonetheless it does look like it was a kind of swap. And the good news is that Trump said we're going to honor that agreement because we have to. The U.S. says we're going to do something. Even if you're a new president, you've got to honor it.
Australia, one of the closest partners, they have military personnel in 31 states in the U.S. We'll follow this and the diplomatic fallout. Charles, as always, thank you.